Hello and welcome back to 7th Crown Tarot. Today I'm going to be showing you how I do my makeup just for fun because I'm always curious about how other ladies do their makeup. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. I hope you enjoy the video and I'll see you again soon. I hope you guys are doing well. Let's see. What should I start with? To be honest, I don't usually put too much like foundation or anything on. I just kind of like cover up little spots like this, and if I have redness around my nose or anything, I like flatten those areas out. And same with like here and here. So that's what I'm gonna start with. So first I'm gonna start out with a foundation because I can't find my concealer. This one is by MAC, just because I wanted to try like a professional foundation, but if I'm being honest, I don't see much of a difference in terms of like drugstore foundations and like professional foundations. I kind of don't really care, so I usually just buy cheapo makeup whenever I can. And I'm also adding to my arm this Revlon concealer stick just to kind of thicken it up, I guess, because I want to make it more opaque. And I should be washing this off, but I guess I'll show you my gross brush. So this is my concealer brush. It really helps get your colors down in a much more like even layer. And don't mind all the clicking in the background. My boyfriend's actually just playing some video games. I don't know what it is, but lately things have just been like so chaotic. My god, her face. In terms of like energy, like I've been feeling so much transformation. Maybe that's, I mean, it can't just be me, it's got to be a collective experience. But things have been like so intense. Like I've been experiencing so much growth. It's insane, and it's just been like really painful, but also very informative. And I'm just using now this like foundation brush. It's nice, it's really like packed, so it helps you to like spread it really well. I find it's better than using a sponge because it's much faster, and I am lazy. So obviously this isn't like a super technical way to put down makeup, but it works for me, and it's also really fast and low effort. And I have seen a lot more people lean towards that like low effort makeup lately. I think part of it is because it just looks more natural and doesn't look so cakey. So right now I'm just dabbing on more foundation because it's very sheer compared to a concealer, which I don't mind because when you layer, it actually makes it look a lot less gross. And now I look like a ghost, which is fine. We'll change that in a second. There's so many different things that you can actually do with your makeup. So it depends on how involved you want to get. Also, I bought this palette from Sephora. and it's such a waste of money. I think I paid like $70, and it's awful. It doesn't do a good job. And I'm just gonna fill in my brows with this like angled brush. And this is actually a paintbrush because I used to paint a lot, and this is an unused paintbrush, by the way, so it's not like I'm using one from my art stuff. Don't do that. Although I'm sure it wouldn't be much more toxic than the stuff that we use as makeup. So usually around here, like around now, I'm just kind of like etching in where I think my eyebrows should be. But it's not like it's not something that you need to worry too much about. The only thing you need to worry about, really, is keeping it light here and dark at the end, because then it gives it like a dimension. But other than that, you don't really need to worry too much. So I actually learned to do makeup when it was COVID. Before that time, I don't know if I'm allowed to say that word, but whatever. Before that time, I actually was atrocious at makeup. Like, really bad. But then I started watching this girl named, like her handle is Eve FRSR. She's on YouTube, but she's also got an Instagram. If you want to check it out, you can. I'm sure you've seen a lot of her stuff. She does a lot of like this like alternative makeup, which is what I like. So that's more what my makeup style is geared towards, or like leans towards. And she always did these like crazy looks that taught me so much. Like, she really dispelled a lot of the myths here that I had before this point. Sorry, lighting is super uneven because I'm trying to make a video. But I always had like this false misconception that makeup needed to look a certain way, and you could only use lipstick for lips and certain things for other places. But she taught me that no, people made up those rules, and you can put things anywhere on your face. Like, if you want to put your lipstick on your your eyelid, you can do that. If you want to put it on your cheeks, you can do that too. If you want to put it on your nose, do that. And actually, I've seen a lot of people adopt that mentality too. It's like a more open way of doing makeup, and it's so much funner that way because it's actually such an art form. So it doesn't actually matter what age you are, you can learn to do makeup at any time. No matter your current skill level, no matter your dexterity, because the great thing is that once you start learning about makeup is you can make a lot of mistakes. Sorry, just one moment. Okay, I'm back. What I was saying, before I had to blow my nose, is you can make a lot of mistakes and you don't have to worry about it because you just clean it up afterwards. Or worst case scenario, you look like a clown and no one really cares. I looked like such a clown sometimes, more times than not, when I was first learning. And you know what? That's okay too. Let's see, does that match? I feel like this one needs to be a little higher up, or like more like this one's gotta have more sass. This eyebrow. When I went to go see the movie 𝔻𝕝𝕚𝕚𝕚𝕚, I did like a vampire look. I should have taken pictures of that. But that one turned out really good. I really liked the eyebrows I did for it because I actually erased my eyebrows and then I put other eyebrows on top. They're like in a different spot. And they almost looked like angry. Like, ooh. I know these look kind of crazy right now, but once you have, so the thing is that the eyebrows, they should match like your hair more or less. They can be a little warmer than your hair, but I wouldn't go much warmer. Too cold is not good too. So what I mean by warm and cold is like tones of blue would be cold. So like don't use just black. Depending on your undertone. If you have really dark skin, then using just black might be good for you. I have never done makeup on really dark skin. Like this is all the experience I have. But yeah, so it depends. Like you don't want to go too far off from what your hair color is if you're going for like a semi-natural look. Now where did my concealer brush go? Okay, found it. And next step is you're going to define your eyebrows. So you're going to take more of your concealer, I would recommend, but if you have foundation works too. And you're just going to take like a really small amount. I usually grab like that much. And you can kind of etch it in a little bit at a time, or you can do the crazy thing and go all at once. I don't recommend that. I usually start with the under part. See? And I have a mole there, so it kind of makes it harder for me. But you probably don't have a mole there, so it's probably easier for you. I don't like that. I feel like I messed that up. That's okay. Let's keep going. See, there's a little bit of a gap at the top. And I'm a perfectionist when it comes to the eyebrows. I feel like your eyes really draw themselves to the eyebrows. Like when you don't do a good job on them, like it's very visible. Other things, it's more forgivable. So I usually take more time on the eyebrows than I do it on any other part of the face. The eyebrows really do frame your finished look. And I think I'm also going to add a little more pigment. And some of this, like you kind of get an eye for it after a while. So what you can also do is you can look at reference pictures of eyebrows that you really like and try to mimic it. Because there's like certain rules that you can follow. See, that's better. That's way better. It's still not perfect, but like it's not distracting anymore. I do feel like there's like a hard edge here. Maybe that's just because I have to... I think I just need to pluck some or shave some hair off. Okay, so now I'm just going to blend this line out towards my skin using this same brush. Just making sure that it's not visible that I used any extra product. Okay, so now we have one eyebrow in. Let's do the other side. That one was an anomaly. That one turned out very quickly. Good enough. And just gonna get rid of the excess on my brush. See, one of them is a little thicker, but I mean, it's not crazy. And I think you can't really tell too much. It's whatever. They're sisters. And like, I have like a few of these hairs here that are kind of bugging me. I'm gonna cut them off. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this brush, and I've already loaded it up with pigment, as you can see, in like my middle shade, but you could start with the lightest. I just like to start with the middle because then I can blend it out with my lighter shade. So I'm gonna take Rustic, you can see that Rustic, and then I'm gonna go into Dusty Rose, which is more of like a skin tone for me. So I'm gonna take the tip part and like kind of go to the top here, and you see that? So I'm gonna go right here, and I'm gonna go in circle motions. And you can start out light if you're feeling nervous, but don't go too far. Just stay super close to your eye. And I'm just kind of dragging it all the way down, and then I'm going under my bottom lash to also blend it up. And yeah, that looks kind of crazy right now, but it won't. You just see. And you want to have like you want to start out with like an even amount of pigment every time you do each side. So let's say I started like, let's say I loaded up my brush here, and then I loaded it up and did this side. You want to do the same on the side. It's what creates like an even look. And you also want to start in the same spots too. Otherwise it can... Honestly, it's very hard to get the evenness right now because my lighting is uneven. So it's going to be uneven. But I don't even care. But if you're going out somewhere and you really do care about that, like, the evenness of it, I would definitely have natural light. Like, the best for me is being in front of a window. Oh my goodness, this looks crazy. But yeah, go in front of a window and do your makeup. You want to get yourself a really fluffy brush of any kind that's bigger than what you have here. This is a blending brush, but you don't have to use that. You can use anything that's like bigger. This is a highlighting brush, but you could even blend with this and just go on the outskirts of your like lining. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna blend, blend, blend. Oh, also you can do the trick of adding some of your lightest tone here, like this one, the one that's closer to your skin color, and add that as you're blending, and that'll blend it even better. I forgot about that trick. I was watching another girl doing her makeup last night. I don't know if you've heard of her. Her name is 𝔼𝕤𝕦𝕚𝕚𝕚, and I really love how she does her makeup. But see, like now it's starting to really take form. And I feel like I need a little more on the side there. But see, when you look at that and that, it's completely different. Just because of blending. And of course from here, if you want to make it darker, you can go down with another layer. You could take a different color that's maybe a level darker from what you had, maybe this one. If you want a little bit of color, you could even go with like a red color. Those are what I usually do. But let's go and blend the other side. Looks pretty good. Okay, so you can either continue using your lightest shade here for some like extra detailing, like for instance on the bottom of the nose here. See, if you look comparing this side and this side, it feels like there's a little more shade. You can shape your nose however you want. I've seen some pretty crazy shaping. So you can make something pretty cute. You can narrow the tip of your nose if you want. You can even go around, make it a little more button. You can go like this too. This does have a little bit of red in it, so it's not the best for shaping. Ideally, you want something cold because shadows are cold. So same thing with doing any kind of like contouring on the cheeks. You want to start with a cold so that there's a shadow. You never just want to be warm. I mean, unless that's what you're going for. Again, there's no real rules. It's just whatever you think looks cute and whatever makes you feel cute. Whatever. And also there's another thing you can do here. You can go under the lips. Create a little shadow. So then when you put lipstick on, you have extra shadow. You can make your Cupid's bow a lot more pronounced. Who knows? So that looks pretty good. I think next I'm going to use a highlighter on my nose. So I'll go grab that. I've had this thing forever. A friend of mine gave it to me, but you can grab any kind of shimmer and use it. Ooh, sorry, didn't mean to blind you there, but this is like my favorite shimmer. See, I don't know if you can see that. It kind of just... See, it made my finger super shiny. But anyway, so it's very subtle. I love the way it looks. I usually just do a little highlight on the nose. And I make the focus of the highlight right here, because there's also like a dip here in your bridge, or like in your nose. I feel like that looks a little more natural. Also, you can put some right here. And you can apply this however you want. If you want, you can use like an actual brush, but who cares? You can also put some in the corner of your eye. And I don't think this is something people do anymore, but I think it looks really cute. And I actually have, my eyes are closer together than they are far apart. So this is from teen magazine when I was growing up, that you should put the light in the center to make your eyes look farther apart. And if you put dark on the ends, it will put the focus there, right? But if you have it really dark, or you darken the inside, it brings your eyes in. Yeah, so you can like widen your face, or you can narrow your face depending on what you want to do. If you narrow it, you look older, and if you widen it and round all your features, you'll look younger. This is one of the most challenging things, and I still struggle with it sometimes. Sorry if that's a bit loud. But I'm going to put eyeliner on now. And this is the... Oh, wait, I actually have a better one. So for the longest time I was using the NYX one, which is like a really affordable price, in my opinion. You can find it at any drugstore. But then I tried MAC, and MAC's eyeliner actually works way better. Their pen tip is way nicer, and it doesn't, like, the solution doesn't change over time, which I had the problem with this one. Like, it would spill into my eye, and like the solution would age very quickly, so I didn't like that. So I'm gonna do this. So I'm not doing everything, I'm just kind of starting from the top. See where my eye kind of starts? That's where I'm starting. And then I'm just going to continue it to the inside of my eye, but I'm not going to do a super thick line. It's just going to be there to blend it. And then I'm just going to flick it from the bottom and flick it from the inside. And that's just to create a little bit more of like a finished look. And I'm going to face the tip going down a little bit. So now I'm going to do this to the other side. Okay, so I might have made it a little darker on one side, but that's okay. So now I'm going to take some black eyeliner, and this one is just like a regular one, again, from a drugstore. I've tried a lot of different things from the drugstore, and I find that you can get away with mascara, eyeliner, brushes, highlighters, like highlighter powders, and that's kind of about it. Mascaras too. And my nose is getting running again. So right now I'm just taking the eyeliner and I'm putting it under my eye. You can also like close your eye on it and just kind of move it around. And you're not touching your actual eyeball. Just running it along that like ridge. There we go. And this actually, I feel like this looks pretty nice on me because I do have lighter eyes. They're not completely dark. So, I mean, I think this looks pretty good on most people, actually, in my opinion. So, I have my eyeliner on, but now it's looking a little bit contrasty. Contrasty? Dramatic? Kind of tacky, in my opinion. I like it a little more blended out, a little bit more, I don't know, just it has a finishing touch when you do certain things. So I'm gonna take this brown again that we used, this one here, that was our middle color, and I'm gonna put it right over top. It just looks a lot more like on my face, if that makes sense. And other side too. And then I'm gonna go in with the black and pop it on my socket. It's giving me a little more drama. And I'm not just gonna go like up, I'm also going to follow this line here. I don't know, I feel like I could be talking more about other things, because now I'm just like, I'm just having so much fun right now. I took like a 2-week break from doing tarot because I was doing a lot of like self-growth. So it's been rough, you know? And you really need to make that space for yourself. Oh, and I was also sick. I was sick 2 times in a row. In a way. Like first I had like a cold, and then right after that I got my period. So I always honor that time. That looks a little splotchy. Let's see, there's an area right here. So but I definitely feel like it was all meant to be, because I had some stuff that I needed to work on internally. So it kind of just like triggered that. I really like that. Looks fierce. And I think I'm also going to go in and refine under that edge to make it even more clean, which is another thing that you can do. Looks good. Yeah, it's not perfect, but oh. Oh. You know, it's makeup and we're having fun here, and that is the point. So I'm not gonna use my finger. Don't use your finger when you're taking off makeup because you will just ruin the whole thing. See, that looks better already. And like, I don't know how I feel about that, actually. I don't feel like it blends well enough. It's just because of the lack of light. Okay, that's better. Okay, so now we're gonna go in with a little bit more foundation or concealer or whatever you have. And I'm just going to clean up under that line. And I'm gonna go right into that area, right up to it. And now let's grab some more black and let's do a nice dramatic lip. So the reason I'm doing more of like a dip at the end is because one, it looks really elegant, and two, it gives you the appearance of like smiling at all times, ever so slightly, and I think that looks really pretty. My lips are asymmetrical, so oh well. So usually what I like to do here is I like to do like an under shade. As you can see, it's all coming together. I love when it gets to this point. Starting to see the work pay off, and I'm going to take, I don't know if I have my my brown that I usually use for moles and stuff. And it's actually by Huda Beauty, and I think it's a contour brush. Not for my skin tone, but it's a similar color to what I usually use for my eyebrows, and it's just much cheaper. So, and it's just like this like fudge stick. So. And then I'm gonna do this one here. See, it's so dim, but I really like putting one here. So this one is not a real mark. You got me. I feel like I messed that one up. Let's try again. And then one right here, and it used to be a lot more visible. It's not very visible anymore, so I just lightly put that one in. And then I also have one right here. And yeah, if they're too dark, just dab your finger over it. Yeah. And from here you can decide how dark you want your lip to look. Do you want it to be brown? Do you want it to be like a dark red? You could even go for a nude color. Anything. You can play around with that as much as you want. I kind of want to go with the red. I don't know, it's a little too red. So I'm just gonna grab my finger and put brown over top. It's better. And see, now it's a little bit too shiny for me. So I'm gonna take a powder, put some powder over top, and you could put mascara on. I'm out of mascara, so I'm just gonna pretend I have mascara. See if you look at the difference. It's a little more matte. And that's how I do my makeup. And usually it doesn't take super long. Today I kind of put in a little more effort. So that's my makeup routine. I hope you guys liked it, and I keep all my makeup in a gross bag. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you want to go watch my tarot videos, I should have one up very shortly, or if it's not up already. So bye guys. Ooh.